Oh, yeah.
Blurred Survival Guide Season 3, baby.
At Blurred Activists.
At Spat Dancing Blurred. We are back for another season of fun and love and all the things. Let's go. Welcome back to the Blurred Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Welcome back to the Blurred Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. We got everything you need. Jeremy and Jay, a hell of a team. Comics, news, and everything in between. Birmingham, we own the scene. Come on and let's have a blast with the Black Nerds and their Black Podcast. This is a guide to help you last. We got some topics to unmask. Welcome back to the Blurred Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Welcome back to the Blurred Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Appreciate you, Nick, for creating the beat and the lyrics and helping us out, buddy. Another Marbury production.
Shout out Marbury.
Thank you for your service. Save me, baby. I don't know about no baby. Not the baby.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
I know. You see. Then we're not going to get sued by Al Crowley and the
That's a
creepy
show.
guy.
It's still a show.
Yeah.
It's still a show. We can't do that.
No, and the creator is creepy.
Not the
All I know is he did not invent the countdown, so I can say the countdown.
Oh no, not the countdown, but
Theme song.
yeah.
Did they redo the theme song?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's without Drake Bell.
Also problematic.
Yeah.
Wow. So two problematic people
From one
involved
show.
with the same show.
Yeah.
And network.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nickelodeon should have stuck to doing cartoons.
Yeah. I mean, they got a good live action lineup.
I mean, they always did, and then they got the wrong people.
Well, it's not even wrong people. It was one person.
I mean, I'm also thinking about Zoe 101.
Still one person. I believe it's one person, other than Zoe being
She's
who she was.
problematic. Yep.
And
Jamie
she
Lynn
is-
Spears. Bro, I was always upset that we never got to see the season after, that competition at Logan's house and everything. It was the movie, the Zoe 101 movie, because she got pregnant. I will always be mad about that.
Yeah, she's the reason that it couldn't continue, because I think everybody wanted to see Zoe and Homeboy.
Chase.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were. I was all about it. I was invested in their
I
relationship.
think that last episode when he fell off the roof and had a scratch on his hand.
Something
on
like
Good
that.
Boy, he should have had a broken arm at
Right.
least. That's what I'm mad about some live action shows sometimes. It's you fell from a 2-story building.
You know,
How you only have scratches?
it makes more sense when it's in a cartoon.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome to another episode of Blurred Survival Guide. I'm your co-host Jeremy.
I'm your co-host Jay.
Yeah, and it's a new week of Blurred Survival Guide and talking about
You
stuff.
said
and-
we're on our 75th episode?
No, not yet. That'll be the season finale of season 3. Will be episode 75 technically.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Making our way downtown.
Yeah, we're in the middle. We're in the middle of season 3.
right.
Yeah, we're smack dab in the middle. We're due for another guest soon.
Well, that'll happen in good time, no doubt.
In good time.
Indeedly.
Indeedly. All right, but Jay, how you doing? How's your week been?
Oh, man.
You got a haircut, even though I can't see it.
Got a haircut.
There it is.
Looking fresh. Got it cut up. This weekend was Eid, so I wanted to get a haircut for that.
I didn't know there was more than one Eid.
There are 2 Eids.
Okay.
There are 2 celebrations of Eid.
Happy post Eid again to all of our Muslim friends and survivalists out there,
Eid Mubarak.
and in the house as well.
Woo! But yeah, man, this weekend was really, really good. Lot of celebration, a lot of good energy, a lot of rest and relaxation.
Yes.
Last week was a short week, but it was very full, so I'm excited to have gotten the rest that I have. And we're recording on a Monday, which we don't typically do.
Yeah, we're going to for the next couple of weeks at least.
Yeah, and while this work Monday was a good work day. So, you know, I feel energized for the week ahead and happy to be here. How are you?
I'm good.
How's the new schedule treating my boy?
Yeah, first full week on the new job, and it feels good to have a semi-normal sleep schedule again, where I'm home by 10:30 and knocked out by 12:30, 1 o'clock if I'm not too into the One Piece arc.
It's easy to get enthralled. Like, you just be pushing yourself. You're like, I'm
Oh, yeah, I got to.
but
Yeah.
I gotta stay.
Yep.
I'm just like staying up
one-
in the thing.
it was one
and
of-
you're outside the Ennis Lobby
I'm
arc.
Impel Down arc part 2.
Boy.
I'm about to touch Marine Ford, sir.
Boy,
Yeah, it's getting serious.
it's hot
Yeah.
up in the with the Straw Hat Pirates, and it's not even the Straw Hat
Yeah,
Pirates.
with
It's
Luffy,
Luffy, my boy.
Crocodile, Jinbei, Mr. 1, Mr. 2, Mr. 3, Buggy,
Mr. 2 is my
yeah.
boy.
Mr. 2, Bon Clay,
Bon Clay is my boy.
Bon Clay.
Bon Clay is my boy.
Iva, that's my girl.
Ivy.
Ivy, yeah.
Yeah. Eva.
Eva
is that
Because
person?
her dead name is, her dead name is like Ivankanov or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in a really great part.
I
This was one of my favorite arcs without a doubt, and I'm happy to know that you're enjoying it as much as I am.
I'm sad that like we only got like, I mean, we had to catch up all the Straw Hats, but like we only got like one episode per, like
Yeah,
other crew member.
after they get murked.
Yeah.
But you
Well,
they
well,
catch you
yeah.
back up.
Yeah.
They do a
And I'm saying,
Odin knows
this
how to
close.
tell a story,
I'm
though.
this close to
You're
the
good.
time skip. I am this close. I'm at
You
like
sure are.
449. I'm almost at episode 450.
You're
I was at like
making your way.
250 last week, so
My boy.
yeah,
You
doing things.
I mean, it's a fun binge, no doubt about it. But what are we talking about today?
Hey, I mean, the anime talk about One Piece just kind of leads us into the rest of the anime talk for the rest of the episode. Talk about that hamburger USA, good old fresh USDA beef anime that you see only in America sometimes, but is,
Well, so there's two versions, right?
explain it to me because I only know one.
So there's the anime that came from Japan and got super popular in America, but didn't-
Pokemon.
precisely, that slowly died off
Pokemon
in Japan. And then there is the cartoons that that are essentially inspired by the Japanese style of anime
Yeah, because they're not
that
necessarily
never appear in Japan. Like your Powerpuff Girls, your Totally Spies, your Code Lyoko, exactly. So these shows,
those two shows specifically were like Canadian. They're not even American either.
exactly.
16.
Yeah, bro, yeah, it definitely counts in the. I think in the drawing and art style, like
Yep.
the pointy faces, the lined mouths, like the very like generic 2D
So
kind of animation.
before we get on topic, can I go off topic? How would Total Drama Island, that whole saga, how would that rate? Because it's
I think it could definitely be
Canadian-made.
inspired. I wouldn't say that it's exactly it because they also changed the style, but I definitely think it could be.
I don't want to do an episode on Total Drama just as a whole.
We could do the total drama period, like just like the whole
from
bro.
Island to Escape to whatever.
The kids show, like where they're the toddlers
Oh yeah,
now.
what's it? I forgot what it's called. But
Nursery, total drama.
No,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
I can't remember the name of it. And I ain't gonna worry about it right now.
But
Yeah.
so we're talking about hamburger anime.
Hamburger.
And I mean, I think we can't have this conversation without really talking about, is it cultural appropriation? Is it okay? Is it like, a cultural appreciation?
Cultural inspiration.
Yeah, like, I think that it's an interesting thing that exists now because of how popular anime is in America.
Is, was, shall be. I mean, yeah, because going back to like Totally Spies, and I mean the original Teen Titans, like and
I think Teen Titans is a perfect example.
yeah, I'd say the original Teen Titans one is first and foremost it's DC intellectual property, IP for short. So
Right.
I mean it's that, but then they also the style of the show is half of like Justice League and Batman,
Right.
that type of animation,
Right.
but it's also anime,
Definitely.
Shonen Jump type anime.
Yeah.
Especially when it gets to the more comedic bits, especially with Beast Boy and Cyborg. And
Yeah, like, you know, they do like the pop scenes.
Yeah.
And like they
like when they're sweating, you have the one bead of sweat that's like on the side of the face.
Right,
And like when they're
right,
like
right.
screaming, and it's like you see this big, like cheaply budgeted head that's just going yeah. So
I mean, exactly. Like it just like freaks the heck out. Like I think one of the better episodes is with the television villain,
Control Freak.
Control Freak, and I think when he's like turns into like the tiny Control Freak, you know, and it's super weeby looking dude, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a really good representation of what you're describing, because like he'll blow up all of a sudden in like this very 2D animation, like painted over his face, like, and it's just chattering and everything.
And then it was also just, I mean, that was basically them hitting the nail on the head of like saying, hey, we understand that we're basing all of this on anime that we've watched.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put all of this inspiration that we've had into this one villain who just watches too much TV and can literally
It was
do
like
what he
the-
pleases with a remote.
I think, I mean, and that even reminds me of Mahomushi and the
Channel Chasers.
The Channel Chasers, bro. Like that was like one of the most like epic moments.
The whole Dragon Ball Z inspired segment of that movie.
I mean, like you're just, and right now I think we're just talking about like how Japanese culture has inspired American television to be better because it is so much more entertaining. It's so much like to have like these like moments where you're just like, oh snap, you know that it was inspired by Dragon Ball Z,
Right.
And you're just like, what the crap? Like this is my favorite moment.
We're watching Timmy and Vicky fight with remote controls.
Doing a Kamehameha wave with remote controls.
Like,
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So, what makes something an American anime
Okay.
versus an American show inspired by anime?
I think Teen Titans is a great example of an American American anime, right? Like I think
I was
that
going to say it would be a great example of an American show inspired by anime. Because even though the artists like are sent...
Fight!
well, okay. So my argument for it being an American anime is that it's derived from a comic book,
Yep.
which manga and
to
anime,
anime, yeah.
manga to anime, and then the art style is obviously derived. Like you said, it's like 50-50 split between
between DC animation and
right,
anime.
right. So I think because it's so like it doesn't necessarily have to be a comic book first to be an American show inspired by anime,
Right.
but an American anime has to have been a comic book first, maybe.
Maybe. Because Totally Spies, which is made from Canada, it didn't have a comic book first. It was a
American
TV
show inspired by anime,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, because, yeah.
So,
Like I'm saying.
Invincible, does that make it an American anime? Because it was a comic book first.
I would say yes.
Mm.
Because there's a lot of art style in there, especially the episode where, I was going to say Homelander, Omni-Man, when he goes to the other planet and, like, destroys it, and the animation style changes to, like, him just speeding through the planet, and it looks like how Naruto, like, punches Sasuke in, like, one of those epic battles.
There you go.
Yeah, so
There
I
you go.
yeah.
So it had to have been a comic book first for it to be an American anime.
That's the Blurred Survival Guide. Official stamp on that.
That's what I like the
That's a
question.
statement.
I like the question.
Heard it here first, folks.
And so, like, what are some of your favorite hamburger animes, and why are they some of your favorite?
Well, of course. Oh, okay.
Oh, what you got?
Yep, that just came to me.
What was your
like
top
I said, of course,
three?
Teen Titans, because I mean we've discussed that in depth and in health already.
Yeah.
But Steven Universe.
Oh, okay.
Is it a comic book?
No, it's the other one.
It's an American show inspired by anime.
Yes, which I mean the art style. Even though the art style is like it's not shonen. What's the other art style?
But it reminds me of Hamtaro.
Yes.
It reminds me of Hamtaro.
Yeah, it's just the cutesy bubbly kind of feel. Even,
Or
yeah.
the new Netflix show Contraro.
The one with the little kid who was
Who
like,
lives alone in the apartment. Yeah.
that's what kind of reminds me of, but like more adventure packed because
A little bit darker. Just a little bit darker.
Yeah, those are darker themes and stuff like that. And I mean, y'all have heard me rant on Steven Universe well before now, so I mean, I'm not going to get into it, but definitely Steven Universe. Hamtaro, that you mentioned, it was probably one of the cutest TV shows. I thought it was just a cartoon when I was growing up.
No one
Growing
knew.
up to know that it was
No,
like
I
a
didn't
full
even
anime.
know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Hamsters going on these adventures, and it was just like, this is all I need in a TV show right now. But like these hamsters are just like, it's where you're having to see through the eyes of a different species how to do mundane things. So it's like, hey, we're out of food. What do we do?
How do we go get it?
Yeah.
What do we do?
And we're the size of my coffee mug.
Like, and I mean, it was such a relatable show for kids because you're just, like you said,
I am small. What do I do?
literally, how do I take care of myself, and what are the steps to go through, and why are they much harder for me, a child,
Right.
than my parents?
Right. So they can just open up the cupboard and get some cookies out, but I gotta build a contraption to climb up and
Literally.
die 3 times before I actually get a cookie. Yeah. But yeah, no, so those two, and then Hi Puffy Ami Yumi.
So I'm glad you say that because, like, I think the theme song for
Teen
Teen Titans is also what really makes it an American anime.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, and they changed the dang theme song too, because like
Well,
know
you got the two
when it's
versions.
gonna be a legit like intense episode, it was gonna
It's
be
in
the.
English.
I know it was in Japanese
I gotta look it up because
because like the
it's
regular
either or
one.
one of the two. It's like if usually it's. I remember reading, and I'm gonna look it up again. Miriam, you can look it up too. The Teen Titan theme song. If it was the Japanese version,
It was intense.
It was the funnier one. But if it
See,
was
I
English, it'd be
remember it-
serious.
I remember it opposite. I think it was the intense version. The intense show was gonna be preceded by the Japanese song, and the chiller version, and like the chiller version in the arc, or the filler version arc is gonna be.
Maybe
This is what I think.
we found it. Good old Reddit. What does it tell us?
Or maybe they just did it at their own will because like that was the other thing. Like
It says Reddit says, and don't quote us, this is from Reddit, the English version was for serious episodes, while the Japanese version were for comedic episodes, and also include nonsensical Japanese lyrics, which, if you go back to Teen Titans in Tokyo, Beast Boy is singing the dubbed version of the Japanese version, which is like, eat your broccoli and brush your teeth.
really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All right, Reddit.
Well,
We went to Reddit, and Reddit says that I'm wrong. But okay, I'll accept it.
We got the fact checker in the background. What's it say?
oh, I can't find it. I don't know what you're.
Teen Titans theme song, 2 different versions. Why on TikTok? I can see it in the mirror.
I'm not on TikTok.
Called out. Called out.
Is it a parody version?
No, it's
No, Hi Puffy Yumi made
they
two
made
versions.
2 versions.
of
They
the
made
song.
an English dub version and a Japanese dub version.
So I can't believe you didn't say this though. Avatar,
Don't be mad, Jay.
Avatar, bro. Like
So
that.
would that be
Definitely. That's an American anime.
No, because it wasn't a comic book first.
Was it not?
No, it was an original TV show.
They got made into a comic.
Yeah,
and
they made the books and series after Avatar.
Ooh.
So it's an American show inspired by anime.
I pulled up the same thing as you did.
I respect that. That makes me feel so happy, though, honestly, because like,
OG TV show by Michael Dante DiMartino and his partner.
and you just know that he watched copious amounts of
Oh,
anime.
definitely. It was one of those. I saw a picture of like the original like sketch of Aang and Momo.
Yeah,
He did it on like a napkin. So it was like one of
I
those-
think I've seen that.
It's
I've
like the
seen
original
that.
drawing. It's like, who knows this original drawing of a boy with a bow and a half lemur monkey.
Meanwhile, someone just did that on a napkin randomly and made it a meme. Like it's not actually real. Like that's not actually how it happened.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Spoiled dreams.
I'm just saying.
TeenTitans.fandom.com says the same thing. So
I'll follow. I think that that's more reliable than Reddit. But
They're both editable.
yeah, they're both like
it's a
they're both-
fandom website.
that-
Wiki
Well,
pages.
Wiki fandom is the same as Reddit. Literally.
Well,
Yeah.
clearly there's just like it may not be that was it may not have necessarily. There's a trend, obviously.
Sure.
Maybe it's not like exclusively that,
Sure.
but that was a trend.
All right. Cool.
Wiki feed.
We got it fact checked.
Wiki feet.
Beefing?
Nothing.
But anyway, the fact that it does just make me so happy about Avatar: The Last Airbender being an anime inspired or an American show inspired by anime.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's
Whole original project that became a worldwide phenomenon.
I think it's interesting that usually things like that are written first. You know, like it's usually
Based on the novel, or based on the book, or based on the new comic book.
right.
No, this is a original TV show for Nickelodeon that took the world by storm.
Reason, I think it's like the perfect reason why they should have stuck with doing animation.
Oh, we don't talk about that movie.
No, we don't talk about that movie.
I mean, that just goes into while live
It genuinely
while live action animes don't work.
why they shouldn't be as much of a thing as they are. You know, like
Speaking of which, I'm kind of going off topic again. We're getting a redo of Death Note
I saw that.
by the Duffer Brothers.
Oh.
I saw that. Yeah,
Ah.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hate the original live action, even
Oh,
though
what's his name? Was a bitch.
Light was a bitch.
Yeah. Don't
But
scream like that.
It felt more like a parody than it
But
was.
Willem Dafoe as I can't remember the demon creature's name.
Yeah, it was the best part of the whole
It was
thing.
freaking dope. Like
Yeah.
I was all about
Bring
Willem.
him back.
He deserves to come back.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe. Bring Willem Dafoe back. Get a different light and be called a day.
Bring back Lakeith Stanfield as
I think
the detective.
I think they could bring. I'd be down for them to bring Homeboy from
You got it.
Cowboy Bebop to play Light.
Oh.
I'd be down for that. I'd be real down for that.
He'd be old though.
So they can make him look young.
Adult Light.
Don't act like they can't make him look young.
They don't need to.
Yeah, dude, he's in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Light's.
There's plenty of other talents.
Light's like,
There's
yeah.
Oh, the dude that plays Beast Boy in Titans, Ryan Potter, Asian American high schooler. Yeah, he's a dope like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be game for that. But anyway,
Anywho,
I digress. But no,
but
great.
that just
It's a great. It's a great. I think just like it's a great example. Avatar: The Last Airbender and Teen Titans are two great examples of hamburger anime that cover both sides of the coin that we're
Yeah.
talking about here, right?
So
Like,
we're claiming that Avatar is the exception to the rule of it has to be a comic first.
Well, no, it's just it's
it's
the,
an American TV show
It's
inspired by anime.
the example of those two. There's two types of hamburger anime. The one that's American anime and then American inspired by anime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
everything
two
that falls
sides of
under
that
that.
coin.
Yeah.
Those are the, I think, standards for excellence here.
Does Korra fall under that?
Yeah.
It falls under
American TV show inspired by anime.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I
Korra
mean,
is
it's
definitely-
under Avatar. I
Yeah.
would say Steven Universe is in that Avatar list. Invincible would be under the Teen Titan list.
And I mean, Invincible might be the new standard instead of Teen Titans. To be
True.
quite honest with
True.
you, like I mean,
Well, there is an episode of The Boys Diabolical, which is a spin-off of animation.
still
And
need to watch.
there is an anime episode.
No shit.
So
Really?
I would say that's an American anime because
I
there's
don't
one
think-
episode that is anime. That is anime.
All right.
It is drawn and
All right.
not dubbed, but well, I mean it's dubbed in American, of course, but
Sure.
it's drawn. It's by Japanese artists.
Okay.
It's in the anime style.
Okay.
It's just that it is a story based off of the Boys comic book.
Okay.
American anime.
I hear you, but the show as a whole is not.
If you animated, it could be.
It could be. That's the difference.
It has the potential to become. So
Sure, but that does not make it. That doesn't
right,
mean
just
it
like
is.
all of the Marvel movies are not
Right.
anime movies.
Right, like, I
would
mean-
Marvel What If be
My question is, would Star Wars
Visions? Yes.
Visions be? Because
Yeah.
like,
Batman the animated series?
yes,
No,
no, not in the
No.
Just an American cartoon?
because
Yeah.
of the style. Batman Beyond, though,
Nah, that's still the style.
it is in the same style.
That's
Isn't it?
of like the original Batman the animated series.
That's valid.
What about
That's,
Spider-Man?
no,
no.
Spider-Man's an American comic. Like it's just.
Powerpuff Girls Go.
You mean
The one that you said.
Powerpuff Girls X?
Yeah, that one.
yeah.
Have
That,
you seen She-Ra?
I have not seen.
I've
She-Ra.
heard, and I have friends who tell me to watch it, but I haven't watched it
I'd
yet.
say Arcane is
Yes.
an interesting example here because
it's a video game.
It spawns from a video game, a Japanese video game.
Yeah,
League of Legends.
but and the style is still very much Japanese inspired.
Yeah.
Samurai Jack.
All right, here's a good one.
Ooh,
All right, so
Samurai Jack.
I'm gonna because of the. It was not a comic book
No,
first.
it's an original TV show.
It's an American TV show inspired
By
by
anime.
anime.
Yeah.
Shit. It's better than Teen Titans though. So I mean, you can't. I'm just talking. We're just resetting standards over here. But like these are all superior. Here's the thing though. You're not. I'm hard pressed to find a non-shonen style American anime that's good, and that's kind of what I'm struggling to think about. And I hope people listening will help us out because I really want to know what good non-shonen American anime are out there. But I'm hard pressed to think of anyone off the top of my head.
Hamtaro.
Yeah, and Hamtaro is. I mean, it's an adventure anime. It's definitely a. It's not shonen totally.
This list, I have a list pulled up here, and it mentions, I've never seen it, but Castlevania.
So Castlevania is, but it
was
was
a
an
video game.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a video game, and then it was a show.
It's in America. Yeah, I've heard really great things about Castlevania. JD watches Castlevania, and he's frequently suggested it to me.
There's Ruby also.
Never heard of Ruby.
Have you heard of Yokai Watch? Because I have.
Oh, let me see the
This is a black
cover.
I'm trying to get to it. I don't know. Get back.
I remember Yokai Watch.
Yeah.
I do. But there were a lot of shows that made it to like the WB that were very much similar to this. Like, I mean, and a lot of it was because like
Baybar.
oh, I got one Beyblade.
Beyblade.
I don't know if Beyblade
Would that
was
be shonen,
was
or-
Beyblade I know it's shonen, but
Beyblade was not American.
it wasn't American first at all. I mean, I feel like it wasn't. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't.
Yu Hakusho. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, you're funny. You're gonna make a lot of people mad. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho was an American anime.
Yeah, it's Japanese.
All right, that makes sense. That's why it was good.
What about Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yu-Gi-Oh is an anime. Yu-Gi-Oh started in Japan first, but it definitely gained popularity in America so rapidly. And I mean, like,
It was a manga.
yeah.
Franklin.
Arthur!
Just start
They
throwing
had
out all the
books.
PBS.
Little Bear.
Arthur had books.
So did Little Bear. So did Franklin.
I'm gonna argue
Everything.
that
On, so
Arthur-
you would say everything on PBS is an anime at this point.
Interesting. So the books definitely precede the.
Reading
TV
Rainbow.
show.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Kidding?
I'm arguing for
It's like saying
Arthur.
Barney.
I'm arguing
What you
for
mean, Barney?
Arthur.
No.
Barney's a live action for sure.
I know.
Arthur.
All right, so these are interesting debates right now.
I think it should
These are
be.
serious.
No, they're not because they're not. It's the
Yeah,
art
it's the
style.
art
It
style.
boils down to the art style, as well as the origination of the book before.
Origination?
Yeah,
Origin.
Is origination a word?
the origination,
Origination?
same different.
Is
Is
it?
it though? Yeah,
Indeedly.
I just put the emphasis on a different part of the word.
The emphasis on a different syllable.
Exactly.
Okay. One Piece. I'm just.
Now you're just like
Name
throwing
stuff.
naming stuff off. I could just name stuff off.
Rubber duck.
Sunglasses,
Hat.
shoes.
These are the things that we're wearing, and
No one's wearing shoes in this house. You have carpet.
you right. Can we get back on topic, or
Oh man, I think we have veered.
I think you can go on and on.
we can't go on and on.
We can go on and on.
What we're gonna do now is take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the weekly blurb.
Be right back, guys. How long was that?
Before you turn this-
Yep, just about.
It's time for the weekly blurb.
Right. I had to pull that one out.
The first time was authentic. The second time was effort. And like now I'm just like I'm dead.
You see now why I stared you down last week.
This is what happens when you take weeks off.
I'm not an audio guy. I'm a producer.
Guys,
Produce!
I'm trying.
you're succeeding, and we appreciate you.
No, that's because he love you.
Yeah.
Hey, I couldn't do this without her. I don't know about you.
Hey, you're right.
I'd be over here.
I was producing during our last segment. I don't know what you mean.
I was over here just like
Staying on good graces with the boss.
recording. Remember our first podcast recording? I called you on the Anchor app, and I was like,
That was rough.
"So we gonna just do this?"
I was like, all right.
"Yeah."
I was literally in the kitchen cooking.
It was. I mean, it was cold open. Cold open. It was like right at the beginning of us
weren't
dating.
there.
Actually, like you were not there.
You weren't
there. Because I literally, I remember I was in the basement and I was bored pretty much, and I was like,
We were both in our respective old houses.
yeah, and like I called Jeremy and I was like, so I got this Anchor app open. Are we gonna try and record this episode?
And I'm in the kitchen cooking. I was like,
And I mean, we kind
I
of
guess.
we kind of just talked about Naruto for 30 minutes, and it was great.
I don't know if it's saved. I don't think so.
I don't think it. No, it definitely didn't say
If we find it, we can try and.
it. The archive.
So what I'm hearing is, without me, you would be nothing.
Precisely.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, that's all I'm saying.
Which is why we jump.
If we didn't have you, we probably would still be trying to get this thing off the ground. So
We wouldn't be holding these mics in our hands.
no, there you go. You're valued and appreciated.
Thank you.
You did this. You.
We did this
We are the Flash.
for family.
We are Marvel. But y'all know what time it is. It's time for the weekly blurb, which means we talk about what, Jeremy?
All the things.
That's a sound we need to make.
I will.
You can't have two sounds for the weekly blurb.
Well, no, it's just all the things button.
All the things button.
All things.
All the things.
So
Hell yeah.
hell yeah, that's the first time you've used it, other than
Today, before I
yeah.
Oh, we didn't know what we were doing for the podcast, so just kind of.
You don't gotta tell them that.
I know what I did. I'm first.
Yeah, you're first today. Go.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody in this room has already seen it, and it's Tuesday, so most people have seen the movie as well.
Opening weekend is over.
Yes, opening weekend is over, but I will still give my best non-spoiler review of Thor: Love and Thunder. First of all, to all these people that are calling Phase 4 weird and mid and not liking it, shut up.
Y'all can leave.
Y'all can leave because Phase 4, Kevin Feige said y'all need therapy.
It's different.
For characters.
It's
It's
different.
And
man.
I told Jay this before, like it was a couple days ago, when I was just like, I was talking to Ryan. I was talking to Ryan about it at during City Walk at the World Games, and I was just like, if Phase 1 came out with everyone who knows knowledge of the Marvel now, like how they know it now, they would say the same thing about Phase 1.
Facts.
Why
It's just too much. It's a lot, not too much. It's just a lot of content to put against each other. When in reality, we should be viewing it in phases and like with blinders on,
Yeah.
and just taking it face value for what it is based off of the world today.
right,
And you don't need to be comparing Phase 1 and Phase 4 films. Like it doesn't make
'cause
sense.
they're two different phases. They're both on the same level of we need to introduce this new Sega of Marvel, and
Right.
especially with Phase 4, which is introducing an entirely new saga because we just finished up the Infinity Saga with Phases 1 through 3,
Right.
and
We're setting up a new world, a
We
new
really
villain,
are.
like
I mean,
a new
this is
everything.
Post blip, post everyone coming back, people dealing with the ramifications of everyone coming back. Everything on top of that, people are like having to deal with not having people for 5 years.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But I can rant on about that. That's half my time. Other half, Thor: Love and Thunder was an amazing movie. I give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 because one, it could have been gayer. It could have. They said it was going to be the gayest Marvel movie. It was, but it needed more. It needed so much more. Literally, Taika Waititi and Natalie Portman said in an interview that this was the gayest movie.
I mean, you've got
Don't spoil. You can't. You can't. Like,
spoil
you
it.
can't.
But yeah,
there
there are couples and there are things that you see in the movie.
Been gayer.
Well,
right?
yeah,
Could
yeah.
have definitely been gayer.
Yeah, but one, and this is not a spoiler, but one part of the story that was taken out or changed between 2019 and now was Valkyrie was supposed to have. This was supposed to be like her side story was her fighting her
interest?
queen.
Oh
Because she
wow!
was King Valkyrie in New Asgard.
Could have been
That
gayer.
could have been gayer.
Yeah,
Well, there wasn't.
No.
What?
there were
Yeah.
two instances. There was, and this is still not a spoiler for any of the movie at all. But the one instance was she was talking to Korg about having girlfriends and whatnot. Her backstory, which we already knew from Thor Ragnarok,
Right.
about her having a girlfriend with the other Valkyrie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
her kissing a homegirl's hand at Omnipotent City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like I said, that's one point. Second point, what did I tell you, Jay?
I'm blaming Disney right now. Though.
Oh, definitely. I mean, yeah. Not doing anything Disney.
I mean, because like it's always subliminal with
Smite
Disney.
me, don't
And,
let
like
me
super
smite up.
subliminal with like Luca or yeah, super subliminal.
Oh yeah, the second one was Gore. Gore the God Butcher. I love
That's
Christian
what I
Bale,
was gonna say.
and that was the that is coming from Jeremy's mouth to the world of the serververse of Blurred Survival Guide. Christian
Loving-
Bale
loving
was
Christian
a good villain, and
Loving
that's
Christian
me
Bale,
hating
yeah.
Christian Bale as Batman.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was a fantastic Gore the God Butcher. Could have used more of him. Hour and 59 minutes of a movie. I could have used an extra 15 at least.
They could have done a little bit more with him. I
The
agree.
villain could have done. He could have caused more havoc.
He came. He did what he did. Had a final battle. Changed the heart.
I could have seen him like kill some.
Yeah.
Somebody important, like somebody,
yeah.
somebody that,
Yeah, like I could have seen him do because like in the comic book, it's definitely like apparent. I watched like a good video about
Yeah.
it, like that just shows like
Jay did his research.
how deep he was with that dang sword.
Yeah, no, and
Like-
I mean we only hear about it in the movie. We don't.
No, you
see-
sure don't,
yeah.
do you?
We see him on like vital points. And it's
That's
like
so
2 or 3
true.
times.
That's
I'm
so
like,
true.
Oh my God, Gore! He's killing
And
all
then
these
because
guys.
otherwise it's just like the I swear to God, it's straight out of Stranger Things. I swear to God, it's the mind flare. The thing, the Shadow Beasts were straight
Oh,
up
the
mind
giant
flare.
spider one.
Yeah, it's straight up mind flare. Like I was like, it's straight up out of Stranger Things. I couldn't help but think of it.
Yeah, but I mean, those are my 2 detraction points from Thor. Other than that, the music in it was great. I know you said it could have been louder, but I mean,
Louder.
did y'all go to the Prime movie theater?
Yeah. Yep, it was not very loud, which I don't know if that was the theater that I was in or not.
The one in Vestavia?
Sure was.
Theater
Because-
7.
Oh, that was the theater they all in there because I was in theater 1, like, the Prime theater.
Yeah, you were in the Prime
Yeah.
theater. No, like we didn't get like the best theater. It was like,
Okay, because yeah, if
It was
not,
a weird time.
okay, yeah, no, if
I
y'all
thought it was 12:30.
Yeah, on a Saturday.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say y'all stayed up that late. Never mind.
No, I don't stay up that.
Yeah, I know, but no, the Prime theater. No, it was that's what I was like. I was kind of iffy when you said it could have been louder because it was.
It hit for you.
Music was blaring, and I mean,
Yeah.
I felt it in my seat like there
Your
were points
seat
where
shook. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Basil sitting, and I was like sitting in my chair, and I was like, oh,
I think I missed that.
Yeah.
yeah.
The last couple movies we saw in one.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
The
I
Prime
think that's
theater
why I
is
was just
spoiler.
like,
Yeah,
that's just how I felt about it. It was just like shrugged. Like, there were really cool parts.
right.
Visually, it was pretty.
Yeah,
But I just needed more.
yeah, and that's basically the movie as a whole. So I'll take a half point off that. So
Well, I mean the original director's cut was supposed to be is 4 hours long, and so I mean
Taika
like,
Waititi says I'm not those kind of directors that feels that you need to see everything that I put. If it was deleted for a reason.
sure,
I respect him for that.
but I love Taika Waititi.
That's why I respect him for saying we don't need a 4.5 hour cut of a movie that I cut out the parts that I felt didn't need to be in it.
Release the Taika cut.
I still liked Ragnarok more.
I do too.
lot of
If I,
people do.
if I had to rank the 4 Thor movies, and this is the end of my weekly blurb: Thor Ragnarok, Thor: Love and Thunder, Thor, and then Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah.
Shit, no, Thor. Every other Avengers movie.
Thor:
The Dark World.
Valid.
Yeah.
Very valid.
But yeah, that's the end of my weekly blurb. Go see Thor: Love and Thunder if you haven't seen it. It's a fantastic movie, and yeah, it is Jay's turn.
Well, thank you, Jeremy. My weekly blurb is kind of where we started our conversation for today's episode, because we originally were thinking about
A nice
doing a Yu-Gi-Oh episode in honor of the death of the creator of the show, Kazuki Takahashi.
I mean, you would have probably said it, not pronounced it. Probably would have said it correctly if you did the last name first.
Right, yeah, Takahashi Kazuki.
Yeah.
But y'all, this show was, I don't know,
not even just the show. He created the characters, the cards, the manga.
when I heard about this man's death, it hit me in my heart because the show, the game, I never really read the manga, but like
I mean,
this universe that he created
Yeah.
was so impactful for me and so many other young people because like if you were into Pokemon was a little bit confusing and you didn't know how to play the games, but you want to collect the card. But they created a game that was playable and much more easily understood, and it was so cool because like it was Japanese, but it was Egyptian, but it was monsters, and like just like the whole universe of it all was freaking awesome, bro. Like you had dragons, you had wizards, you had monsters, the game was originally called Duel Monsters, right? Like
high schoolers.
It took place in high school, and they were super cool. And Yu-Gi-Oh had Yugimoto had like the coolest like fit and like all the chains, and everybody wanted to dye their hair like Yugi. Like how do I get my hair looking like?
It was burgundy and yellow.
And
burgundy,
like,
black, and
it
yellow.
was blonde, it was purple, it was black, it was spiky, and I'm just sitting here like this dude is so cool.
That was the main
so
character
cool.
energy kind of hair.
Yeah,
How you tell
bro, yeah,
in the anime who the main character.
And then
is.
like he went from like this, hi, I'm Yukimoto, to
hello, I'm Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm like, I'm Yami Yugi. And I'm just like, what? And then the lore for the whole thing was deep because it was like, Homeboy was a pharaoh. And he had like powers.
Got trapped in the high school body.
And he got trapped in the high school's body because of the Millennium Puzzle. And I'm like, I want a Millennium Puzzle. I want a chain like that. Like looking dope as hell walking down the street.
It'd be heavy.
Bro, right? But it was legit. It was like, it was just so cool. Like it was one of those shows that really, I think, without me even realizing it, got me into anime. Like, and Homeboy did the damn thing, at least on the first two series, because like later on it gets weird. It gets too much.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
But, like,
Generations. Yu-Gi-Oh!
I'll be real.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Blah, 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 blah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! GT, which is Yu-Gi-Oh! Generations, was at least a logical next step, right? Because like it went from they were doing a tournament on the island.
Mm-hmm.
They did a tournament in the city,
Mm-hmm.
and Seto Kaiba, who was like the rich kid that could buy all the cards and everything, even though he was an orphan.
Oh, dude with the round bowl cut?
Yeah. Was rich as hell, and he made a Duel Monster school. And like you would basically like Harry Potter get put into different, classes. Like one was like you had like they were inspired by the 3 Egyptian god cards. Like so you had like a blue class, a red class, and a yellow class.
Oh.
And like they would learn to compete, and they would learn to like become pro duel monsters because like duelists and stuff like that, and it made sense.
Yeah.
And then they go and somehow turn it into
Zexal.
Well, before that, bro, they turned it into a race car game.
That's what X-Claw was?
Not Zexal, it was another
XY,
one.
I mean, yeah.
XY, yeah. They turned it into like a high speed freaking
So it was
like your
Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Racer.
Yeah, and then on motorcycle, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Meets Speed Racer met what's the
Akira?
kind of no, but I'm thinking the video game where like you're in
Tron.
Tron, yeah, meets
Oh,
Tron.
what?
Yeah,
No.
like dead ass, like it met that, like and like you would play the card game while you're driving the thing, and if you hit
What the hell?
well, like so. So there became like games within the show called like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Dice Monsters, and like this douchey dude like created his own version of the game because he was sucky at the card game, so he made a dice game version
That's
of it.
disrespectful.
Well, it was
Disrespectful.
yeah, kind of, and like it just kind of snowballed from there, basically, and to the point where they're having to drive so fast and collect items that are on the track, and then you could play the car.
Mario Kart.
Pretty much like Mario. Yeah, dude. Like it got a lot. It became a lot. But at least the original idea for the show, Yu-Gi-Oh was like legit. Like I wanted to go to an island and walk around and battle people. Like that sounded awesome.
With the whole like arm thing.
Yeah, I wanted a dual disc. Are you kidding? Well, like you didn't get the dual disc until they were in the city. Before that, like Homeboy
holding cards.
No, it was like a giant setup. Like
that's
like it would like come out of the
Yeah,
ground,
yeah.
and you would get field advantages based off of where you were, which I always wanted to be a thing in the actual card game, and it was not a thing in the actual card game. Like there was this one scene where it's so dumb. It was so upsetting because I was like, they're doing things in the show that I want to do in real life, and it wasn't a part of the rules. They had this one card where it was like a floating castle, right? And it's above this monster, and Yugi attacks the floating castle, which is, mind you, a magic card.
Yeah.
You can't attack a magic card with like a monster card. It doesn't work that way. And next thing you know, the flying castle has fallen on top of one of his opponent's monsters, making him unable to attack. Which you can't do this in the card game. And so like that was my only complaint about the TV show, was that they would be giving you
breaking the rules.
They'd be giving you strategies that you would hope you could use, and you couldn't use them. And I was upset. But I still love it.
Yugi Moto.
Sure. Or because I don't have the $1 billion like holographic imaging equipment that they use to create the actual monsters.
Yeah.
But anyway, I loved this show, and I really appreciate and love the creator for what he created. And he will be missed. He'll be missed, and I hope that I just want to pay my respects to him and honor his TV show, because it was one of those that just hit different. So, R.I.P.
We appreciate you guys for listening.
We appreciate you guys for listening.
Yeah.
You can find us on our personals at Blurred Activists.
That's Blurred, and you can also find us on Instagram at Blurred Survival Guide, on Facebook at Blurred Survival Guide, on
TikTok and Twitter at Blurred Guy.
Yeah, on Twitch at Blurred Survival Guide as well, on YouTube at Blurred Survival Guide, on all the things at Blurred Survival Guide. Just type in Blurred Survival Guide on Google, and literally we're the first thing that pops up, because we're the only thing that pops up.
Come on now.
Woo! But other than that, keep
surviving, everybody.
Listen to the theme song. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Blurred Survival Guide Season 3, baby.
At Blurred Activists.
At That Dancing Blurred. We are back for another season of fun and love and all the things. Let's go. Welcome back to the Blurred Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Welcome back to the Blurred Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. We got everything you need. Jeremy and Jay, a hell of a team. Comics, news, and everything in between. Birmingham, we own the scene. Come on and let's have a blast with the Black Nerds and the Black Podcast. This is a guide to help you last. We got some topics to unmask. Welcome back to the Blurred Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Welcome back to the Blurred Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Appreciate you, Nick, for creating the beat, the lyrics, and helping us out, buddy. Another Marbury production.
Shout out Marbury.
Thank you for your service.